Doug NPA back on another video. Guys, I have this awful story out of Houston where this woman had a 2-year-old child, was dragging him by the arm to the doorstep of a house, rang the doorbell, and left the kid at the doorstep, but it was the wrong house. So the people opened up the front door like, whose kid is this? Luckily, the Ring camera caught the footage. So I have the original news story, and then there's another news story where they followed up with this woman. We're going to cover both of those. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate it. It shows you support me and what I'm doing over here. Let's get into this. Let's see what this awful woman is up to.
It's shocking security camera video showing a woman lifting a toddler by one arm to the door. She rings the bell and pounds on the door. Then she turns and runs back to her car, leaving the little boy bewildered.
Look at that poor little kid. He has no idea what's going on. None. She drops him and his backpack off on the front doorstep, flaps her weave in a twist, and then runs off. That's sick.
It happened on this street in Houston. When the homeowners opened their door at 8:20 p.m. last night, they discovered the 2-year-old boy. They had no idea who he was. Courtney Fisher is a reporter for KTRK Houston.
And she just leaves the kid, takes off running, and gets the heck out of there. This little kid is left looking around, doesn't know what's going on. Thank God somebody was home at this house to let him in.
Yeah, could you imagine if there's nobody home? Or could you imagine if it was some weird people? They could have taken that kid and no one would have even known. It's just, what could have gone on between that father and that mother where she had a friend drop off her son like that? Ugh.
The video contained important clues. The woman is carrying a child's backpack in the shape of a monkey. She has very long hair falling past her waist. She has distinctive tattoos on her right arm. She sped away in a white sedan. Reporter Courtney Fisher went door to door asking if anyone recognized the woman or the boy. Watch what happens when she encounters this man.
That's my son.
Willie Simmons.
So that's the father. He lives in the same... Oh, I think he lives next door or something?
Is the little boy's father, and it turns out he lives next door to the house where the child was left abandoned.
Yeah, he lives next door. So she went to the wrong house. She's supposed to go to the house one more further down, and she went to the neighbor's house instead.
I'm angry. I'm upset.
He told us his son's name is Royal Prince Simmons.
Guys, these names, man. If anything will tell you about the mother, it's the kid's name. Royal Prince. Anyway.
So who's the woman who left little Royal on a doorstep? She's a friend of the boy's mother, and Mom asked her to drop little Royal at his father's house, but she went to the wrong address.
Just imagine if my nice neighbors wasn't there. My son would have wandered in the street and got hit. Just imagine nobody would have been out here. He just would have been walking.
And why did the woman run away, leaving the toddler confused and alone?
Did she not care about this little kid who obviously had no one looking after him at that point? It's tough to watch.
That pretty much sums it up. No, she didn't care, and the mother didn't care either. So after this one, let's go to the follow-up story because they found this girl. This is her. Let's see what she has to say about the situation. Do you think that she's going to take any accountability for this, guys? Put in the comments what you think about this, please. And let's get into this story.
The video sparked outrage across America. A woman hauling a little boy by his arm, ringing the doorbell, and then running away, abandoning the kid. How could anyone be so cruel? Well, she's speaking out today, exclusively to Inside Edition. And she says it's not what it looks like.
Of course it's not. Guys, no accountability here at all. And put in the comments why you think that she's even doing this interview. Do you think if she hadn't gotten caught on Ring camera that she'd be doing this kind of interview? No, it's because the footage came out, people recognized her, and people are flaming her left and right, as they should.
Her name is Kiara Woods. She's only 20 years old. She says she was doing the boy's mother a favor by dropping the 2-year-old off at his father's house. Unfortunately, she says she was given the wrong address.
The reason people were so alarmed by the video was they thought that you just went and dumped him at the door and ran off. Yes, and it wasn't like that.
Oh, it wasn't, huh? Oh, really? It sure did look like it to me.
She says before she ran off, she saw a woman coming to the door, a woman she assumed was the little boy's stepmom.
I could see her through the glass window, and I'm pretty sure she could see me standing there too.
She
No, she saw you running off.
says the boy's mom has a strained relationship with the stepmom and told Kiera not to engage in any conversation.
She said, leave him on the porch. I said, you sure you want me to leave your child on the porch? She said yes.
Well, why didn't you stay at the door just to make sure that the little boy, he's only 2 years old, he could have gone out into the street?
I didn't stay at the door because I seen her coming halfway to the door.
In another video just released by the
Look at her dragging him by the arm. He's 2 years old. I'm telling you, man, I'm going to do a whole video on black mothers sometimes. Maybe I shouldn't. Let's keep going.
Sheriff's Department, you can see Kiera dragging Royal by his arm from her car to the door. It sure looks like it hurts.
You appeared to be dangling the little boy by one arm.
I was trying to carry his bags, carry him.
But it looks like you could hurt him that way, dangling by his arm.
It wasn't intentionally on purpose, like, oh, let me drag him up here. No, I would never do that.
The boy
Listen to all that attitude. It would have been nice for her to walk in there and be humble and apologize, but no. It sounds like she's literally like attacking the reporter for even saying that. And this just sums the whole thing up. And I guarantee you the kid's mom is like that. The kid's mom has a bunch of attitude, and it shows how much she cared about this little boy, the fact that she would have her son just leave him on a doorstep like that. And there's too much of that in the black community.
boy's father, Willie Simmons, who lives next door, was livid.
I'm angry. I'm upset. Every time I watch the video, I get more and more madder.
Little Royal Simmons was placed temporarily with Child Protective Services in Houston. Today, he's back home with his mom.
Did you hear that, guys? She's back home with the mom, guys. She's back home with the mom. I'm telling you, and you wonder why the birth rate's going down. You wonder why guys aren't getting married. You wonder why 57% of black men have no kids. This is why. Can you imagine having a kid with a type of woman that would do this to her 2-year-old son, have her friend leave him on the doorstep? Guys, I don't have any kids, and this is why. This is why right here, because this is what you're signing up for.
But Kiera says her life has been turned upside down.
Everybody looking at me like the bad person. I was only helping my friend out by doing her a favor.
That woman is awful. Little Royal's mom is awful. And the fact that she gets to keep the kids. Guys, put what you think about this in the comment section. Any stories about this that you know? Any stories like this that you know? Where you're, it's just these type of stories get me upset. Anyway, like the video, subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one.